News Radio Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM.
And welcome to West Michigan's Morning News. Steve Kelly, Brett Bakita, Rick Alvin. Are you a workaholic? Maybe you put in a lot of hours, but just in case you are, a new study is out that talks about some possible disorders that you could have as well. It's all sort of daunting when you stop to think about it. Michael Ray Newman is a workplace expert at Fox News Radio. Michael, thanks for taking the time today.
No worries. Appreciate you guys having me.
Well, let's talk a little bit about those of us that may work a little more than we should. What sort of baggage do we have that might give us, is that what this study is suggesting, the proclivity to become a workaholic?
Right. And we found some validity to this, too. It was a pretty big survey. It was over 16,000 people that were surveyed. And especially here in the States, we've been doing a lot of training on things like this. And what it's done is, with the influx of customers coming back and the lack of employees to handle those customers, it really has heightened this kind of workaholic type.
Well, as I'm looking at this, and as I see some of the things that you factor into it, it looks like there are some real problems or potential problems for people that you identify as workaholics that go from everything from ADHD to depression. OCD, I might suggest, is a trait of people who work a lot because you have to be organized, but I'm not going to defend that. But, I mean, all of these things, these are potentially some pretty serious side effects.
That's right. I mean, if you have traits of these things, then you become a workaholic because of the stress. It heightens them, and it'll highlight them. There's a survey that came out last year, and it said 7 out of 10 workers are disengaged. Now, if you'll picture a bicycle, like a 10-seater bicycle, there's 3 workers that are pedaling like crazy, and then the other 7 are coasting. So that, and what we found is some of those 3 are workaholics, but also some of the disengaged employees were workaholics. But when they get burned out, they become disengaged and start coasting on the bicycle, and then their disorders really become highlighted, and they become a detriment opposed to an asset.
So what should the positive takeaway be? How can this study help?
Well, one recommendation is they've said, should we make them take, and we hear this all the time, we got to make them take their vacation. We'll just make them take time off. That's the worst thing you could do for a workaholic, is make them take time off. Now, what we've found that's been successful and has helped them a lot of times is we've refocused their work and their energy to be having a balanced life. Zig Ziglar is who we work with, but Zig had a wheel of life. It's a balance that talked about faith, family, health, financial. And when we get these workaholics to talk about balance and focus that energy in different areas of their life, you have a much more engaged employee and a happier person at home.
All right, so that's a good idea. I mean, otherwise, you got to look at the people that are coasting on the bike around you, and it's hard for those that are pedaling to let go the reins and to disengage.
Well, and I think what's interesting...
Once again, I'm sounding defensive.
Well, it's hard not to push them off the bike.
I think what's interesting, too, is to see workloads and how much that throws people into the workaholic category, because maybe they feel like, if I don't do it, who else is going to do it, because we're on a short staff.
To sound defensive again, yes.
Yeah.
You're exactly right, though. We're finding that in the workplace with the training that we do, especially some of the group coaching and some of the executive coaching. That's exactly what's happening now, because so many customers are coming back, and they feel like if they don't take the load on, they've been battling so long, that if they don't take the load, no one else will.
That is Michael Ray Newman with Fox News Radio, workplace expert. A pleasure. Thanks this morning for the information.